What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. I was looking for a good topic to talk about, and I found one pretty quick actually, because I relate to this one a lot, especially recently. It's letting go of your old self. And I guess what I mean by that is you don't have to try and consistently stay the same person that you were. Like, for me specifically, there are some old friends that I used to hang out with back in high school, and over time, after graduating and working and getting into the real world, I realized that I don't really click with these people anymore. They would ask me to hang out, I see them at church, they'd ask me to hang out, and I just wouldn't want to. And at first I kind of felt bad about that, but after a while I realized that, first of all, I have nothing to relate to these guys about anymore. Some of them kind of haven't really moved on from high school. They talk about the same things. Like, you're an adult now, and you're still trying to talk to me about certain things that we did back in high school. Other guys, they just went off to college, and I'm not doing college. And when they come back from college over the summer, obviously there's nothing to really relate to about there either. So all of these old friends that I have, nothing to relate to anymore. They got their own lives, I got my own lives, and they would ask me to hang out, and I just wouldn't want to. Yeah, and I'd feel bad about that at first, but over time, I stopped feeling bad about it. I don't owe them anything. I don't have a reason to feel bad about that either. I just didn't really want to hang out with them anymore. And it feels like when they would come back from college, over summer, it almost felt like I had to act a certain way around them because that's how they knew me back then. And I got really tired of, they would, it wouldn't force me to act in an old way, but it would just instinctively come out to where they always knew me as the shy kid in high school and middle school, because I've known some of them for that long, and they would expect me to be like that still. And truthfully, I'm not necessarily super shy like that anymore. I mean, I'm introverted, but I'm not shy like that. And they would expect me to act a certain way. And when I didn't act like that, they would act a little thrown off and confused to why I had magically changed, even though it's been like a year. Yeah, it's confusing when you just realize you don't want to spend time with these people anymore. And the more time that went by, the more I realized I didn't owe them anything for moving on. I wanted to shed off that old skin of mine, remove the last layer of my old self and just completely move on. Sure, I'll see them here and there around church, but besides that, I don't really want to hang out with them. And that's okay. If there's people that that's where it's like that, that's your situation, then just don't drop them, but you don't have to hang out with them. There's no need for any of that. Especially if you have other good reasons for why you wouldn't want to hang out with them anymore, like if they're problematic or this and that, go for it. You're your own person. You can do what you want. That's what I had to tell myself for the longest time. You can do whatever you want. Obviously, if I feel like for my old friends, they're not gonna question why I never hang out with them anymore. But if they do, I'm not gonna give them a reason. Why would I give them a reason? I'm just gonna... It sounds so flaky, but I want to be my own person now. And I feel like, in a sense, not because they're trying to, but they're holding me back. They're keeping me as the old person that I used to be, and I don't want that anymore. I don't relate to them on anything. And I think that's just how life is. I don't have to justify my reasons for wanting to move on. I have a new life now. I'm a different person from how I was in high school. And I think it's a good thing that I just want to completely move on. And not just move on, but I just want to have a smaller circle of people. Because the larger the circle, the more loose ends there are. And it makes it difficult to really trust a lot of people, like truly trust people, when your circle is so large. And I just don't want that. I want maybe 1 or 2 people, and I kind of have that right now, and I'm happy with where I'm at. So yeah, I don't, if you're dealing with something like that, it's okay to just, not hang out with them anymore. It's that simple, honestly. In a way, I think most people somewhat go through this at different times in life. Like after they graduate, sometimes it happens just like that, where people just never see each other again. But for me, some people stuck around a little bit longer, and that's when I realized that we're both adults now, and there's nothing to talk about anymore. And yeah, that was today's video. I just thought about talking about that. If there's anyone in your life that you don't really want to see anymore, just make that decision for yourself, and it's final, and you don't have to tell anyone about it. Just move on.